This is the 2014 Subaru Legacy. We're going to be taking a ride in this car, and unfortunately it's 3,000 miles away, so I have to go get it. Welcome to Houston International Airport, or should I say Houston International Shopping Mall, about 20 miles long. Now from Chicago to Kingsport, Tennessee to historic Jonesboro, Tennessee. And here we are. There's all kinds of neat tour stuff here today, but I think we need to go to the car. Now, if you ever had to rent a car at an airport, it's usually not a very good experience. You get a beat up car, it's ready to fall apart. Fortunately, I managed to work a deal with Avis, and they supplied me with this brand new Subaru with nothing but delivery miles. That's right, she's a virgin and we get to break her in. And as a bonus, they're charging me Hyundai Accent rates. Can't complain about that. This is a very nice looking sedan. I did get a few compliments. I think this bright red paint and fancy chrome wheels certainly helped. We get a nice sized trunk for your storage space. I find this partial zero emissions vehicle tag they stick on interesting. Aren't all vehicles like that? Partial when they're driving, zero when they're not. Don't know what to tell you about that. Under the hood is Subaru's proven flat 4-cylinder engine. Provides lots of torque at low RPM. Reasonably smooth. This is a good engine. They last a very, very long time and provide excellent fuel economy. I'm in mostly on the backcountry roads, and I'm getting around 30 miles per gallon right now. Like all Subarus are running all-wheel drive. I heard we've got a nasty rainstorm coming in a day or two, so this might come in handy for better traction. Lots of room in the rear for passengers, at least if you're not over 6 feet tall. Got a very simple gauge cluster. Simple gauges, the way to go. Simple knobs for the climate control. Simple knobs for the stereo, the way it should be. And a very nice large glove box, again the way it should be. No complaints at all. This is a nice car for going on backcountry roads. The steering's very responsive, nice firm brakes. The ride's reasonably comfortable, the handling is excellent. And the gas mileage is climbing up quite a bit. You know, if you like finding old cars to restore, set in barns or yards, this is an area to come to. I've been driving out here for a couple hours and found about 100 vehicles sitting out here. There's a nice looking old Ford Bronco 2 sitting in the back. A 1970 series Chevy truck. Needs a bit of work, but has the engine interior in it. Gobs and gobs of this stuff out here. Especially if you're a tractor freak. I've seen about 50 tractors sitting out on the side of the road here. And this is only like about 20 miles. And here's another truck ready for restoration if you can come out and get it. Anybody looking for a Pontiac Firebird, come pick it up. Been sitting out here for 20 years. Now, instead of a conventional 6-speed automatic transmission, the Subaru gets a CVT automatic, which works fine for cruising on back roads like this, but when you try to have some hard acceleration, basically just kind of drones. Not for fast, brisk driving. Now, the CVT automatic does have a manual shift mode. And you have paddle shifters on the steering wheel for manual shifting, which works great when you're taking corners at high speeds or brisk driving and want to pass somebody. So you have your choice. Manual for fast or CVT for slow. Now, since Jonesboro is the oldest town in Tennessee, naturally the cemetery is the oldest cemetery in Tennessee. These date back to the mid-1800s. Unfortunately, a lot of the names are crowded off. So finding relatives around here is going to be a real chore. Well, I did find a few relatives, but it's nice to know they still saved me my spot. So when I kick the bucket, all you guys can come visit me. This is where the Subaru all-wheel drive system comes in very handy. Keeps you on the road. The EPA mileage on this four-cylinder engine is 24 in the city and 32 on the highway. I put just under 700 miles on this vehicle in 4 days. Some highway, some local city driving, some back roads. I'm getting around 27 miles per gallon. The 173 horsepower is more than adequate for pulling this car, but what's more important is you got a massive load of torque at low speeds, so this car really pulls great when climbing steep hills. I was pretty impressed. This engine is extremely smooth, but on the negative side it's a bit noisy, pouring at high speeds, but nothing serious. You can get used to it. The base price of a Subaru Legacy runs around $21,000. I found this to be a very high quality, enjoyable to drive vehicle and was very impressed. A nice daily commuter, I think. Now if you watch the video so far for the 2014 model, you might as well finish the video with this brand new 2015 model with a few improvements along the way. The two engine choices are still the same, carryovers from last year. This time I had the flat 6 at 256 horsepower, rated at 20 to 28 miles per gallon this year. One change they have are the motor mounts. Instead of solid, they're fluid injected this year to eliminate vibrations. Or so they say. We'll find out when we're driving it. Now, the earlier model had 4 gauges, all in separate little pods. Now we get 2 gauges. One the tachometer reading with the engine temperature, and the other the speedometer with the fuel gauge. It works about as good as the old one, but this looks like a cost-cutting measure to me. But hey, it works. The climate control is still simple to use. Dual temperature knobs, mode, on-off, fan speed. Pretty easy to use. You won't need to read the manual for this. Unlike the other model, the navigation audio system on this is a little more complex because you have all this information: weather, sports, vehicle monitor, audio, map. There's a learning curve here, not as simple as the last one. The glove box size is adequate, but you got to get this monster owner's manual out if you want to use it to put your own stuff in. The base 4-cylinder engine is more than adequate for all uses, but if you need a bit more power, this 6 cylinders certainly up to the task. Even with the CVT automatic. Nice brakes. Well, somebody's in a hurry. Yeah, my type of driver. Must be taking it out for a test drive. Come on, flip it over. I need the hits on YouTube. Well, he's disappeared in a cloud of smoke. Subaru claims the body structure is about 40% stiffer than the previous models without adding any weight. This seems to be the case. This is a pretty sturdy structure. No rattles, no squeaks. And the handling's very good too. The ride is very comfortable for long trips. We're going to take this Subaru on a 2-day highway trip. I can tell you straight up front, I'm very impressed with this flat 6 engine. It pulls like a tractor going up these hills, and this CVT automatic is behaving just like a 6-speed automatic. You really can't tell the difference. I haven't had to use the manual mode at all. Very impressed. Just for the record, I've noticed the accuracy of this navigation is off about 1/8 of a mile, causing me to miss 2 exits already. I doubt they're all like this, but you might want to check yours.
Look at
One of the advantages of having a car with all-wheel drive is you get to drive in sand pits like this. Try that with your Toyota Camry or Honda Accord. You might not get out. The EPA gas mileage rating on this car is 28 miles per gallon. We're going to reach the 700 mile mark of highway driving and I'm getting around 27. Just 1 mile per gallon short. That's rather impressive, I think. Furthermore, when compared to the 2014 model, this is a much improved vehicle. It's smoother, quieter, more comfortable, has very nice seats and great for long trips. I was very impressed. This Legacy was loaded up with all the goodies, so just reached around the $32,000 mark, which is about average for this class of vehicle. If you're looking for something different and need a vehicle with all-wheel drive, I think this is a very nice car. You ought to check it out.